Our ancestors came here from France to build a better life. We lived here happily for generations. Until the British decided they wanted our land. The men were called to a meeting and then imprisoned. They demanded we swear an oath to their king and took everything, regardless. We were forced from Acadie, the only home we knew. Mon Acadie n'existera plus.
The story of the Acadians, the French colonists who in 1606 established themselves in present-day Nova Scotia, that is, prior to Jamestown, prior to Plymouth, warrants better understanding for several reasons. Authorized and advanced by the highest leadership in England, it was conducted with ruthless efficiency in the effort to separate husband and wife and parents and children, as the Acadians were torn from the land that they had settled, but then also scattered all the way from Nova Scotia all the way down to Louisiana, so that their way of life was utterly eradicated.
We are to Maine as Maine is to the rest of New England. Kind of about that back bedroom upstairs.
They call it the Crown of Maine, as far north as one can go without a passport. Within the state, Aroostook is known simply and somewhat reverentially as the county. Up in the border town of Fort Kent, you'll find the very start of Route 1. And Fort Kent is as far from our station in Needham as Alexandria, Virginia.
Little villages, and a lot of farmland, a lot of woodland.
The northernmost towns in the county lie in the St. John River Valley, the heart of Acadian culture.
This area has a regional identity which is unique in the country.
Don Sear is on a one-man mission to create a center for Acadian culture. Over the last 35 years, he has been collecting artifacts and restoring this old church in Lille, 500 feet from the Canadian border.
It becomes an obsession for sure. You just have to be stubborn, that's all. And stubbornness is something I have in great supply.
The French Acadians came to the St. John Valley in the late 1700s, expelled from the Canadian Maritimes by the British. Another large group of Acadians fled to Louisiana.
Yes, we're cousins to the Cajuns in Louisiana, but we're still a different people. Because we've been separated by 200 years.
The Acadian flag is everywhere up here. About half the homes speak French as their first language.
Everybody up here speaks French, and we're known for the Acadian heritage.
When it comes to Acadian food, everyone knows the place to go is Dolly's in Frenchville. Where else? The classic dish, chicken stew and ploys. Larry Hovland is here from California visiting family.
They talked about ploys as some sort of manna from heaven, but they are very good, and they're a great medium for transporting butter.
How big are ploys up here? Well, every year the biggest in the world are cooked up on a 12-foot griddle at the annual Ploy Festival in Fort Kent.
That's a French Acadian flatbread, and we grew up on that, and our ancestors grew up on that, and they brought it with them from Nova Scotia.
Traditionally, recipes for ploys came down through families, but Joe Bouchard and his family felt theirs were just too good not to share with the world. Now, Bouchard's ploys is the only commercial mix on the market, the buckwheat grown on their farm.
See how small the grain is?
And milled out behind their farm store.
Ploys are us right here.